What's going on, guys? Matthias here, and welcome to whatever the fuck this is. So basically, I think you guys know Anti-Brony Raven. He is sometimes actually commenting on the videos. Thank you so much for that, mate. Thanks for the support. Anyways, basically about here, the 27th of May, I posted this link, and this is like to one of my videos, the one that I had to take down because Moliminous struck my ass, but you know what I mean. So actually, apparently, he pinged the dude that I talked about in my last video on bronies, and I didn't even know that was a thing. But like, apparently that guy decided to fucking attack me later on, which is kind of funny. So it's kind of come full circle. Anyways, I wanted to make this video talking about this dipshit, and I know I answered to him on May 28th, and I did not know about it. And well, yeah. So basically, because apparently he's irrelevant enough so that Twitter doesn't fucking send me the fucking notifications from it afterwards. So apparently he said, "Thread, you think this video is a call out against Moliminous, but more than that, it's a call out against you and the red flags you wave. Let me sum up the majority of them as purity testing. You paint with a wide brush communities like LGBT, feminists, BLM, etc. just because. 2. Of a few actions of people inside those communities. To top that all off, you think BLM is an organization and quote, a heavily misinformed Facebook post of the movement co-founder about buying a mansion. I guess by that position, if the majority of scammers are from India, I don't know, dude, the way that you type this shit, like, I just don't understand, because you can clearly not form a fucking sentence. Like, I get that you're a 30-year-old nerd from Greece, but you should still be able to fucking spell if you're trying to denote anything that I'm saying, you know? Then all Indians are scammers. No, they're not. Not all Indians are scammers. Some are, yeah, but not all. That's the same thing as saying that, oh, all Danish people are stupid. No, we're not. There's just a lot of dumb people up here. That's just a fact. And I can say that because I am from Denmark, so I can say we have a fuck ton of stupid people in this country, which is just true. Look at our government. They're a bunch of idiots. I can say that, and it's fucking true sometimes. Not all of them are stupid, but a lot of them are really fucking dumb to listen to. Really dumb. Anyways, then all Indians are scammers. This is how racists and other IS and other ists reach their logical conclusions. You also commit no true Scotsman fallacy by saying not true feminists. What in the fuck is that supposed to mean? Are you mentally deficient? What the fuck? Like, if you're an actual feminist, you try to make, you know, equal rights by, and by equal rights I mean equal rights for everyone, not just for these women. Not just for some women that agree with what they're saying, but for all women and all men too, because equal rights means the same rights for everyone. Nobody's excluded. And if you want, like, actual equal rights for everyone, with no exclusions of any kind, then I fucking love you. You're just great. You're a great fucking person who wants to just make sure that everyone has the same fucking rights. Equal rights, equal humans' rights, and that's fucking great. Nice. But if you're one of those cunts that thinks that it's okay to say, oh, fuck all men, oh, I wish all men would kill themselves, then you're just a cunt. You're a cunt. You're not a feminist, an actual feminist. You're just a feminist. A fake motherfucker who think that you're doing something good by saying, oh, fuck all men, who hasn't necessarily done anything. Just because you got hurt by one person, or I don't know what the fuck happened, just like one man or a few men in your life has hurt you, obviously. So you think all men are like that. Trust me. I thought the same thing about people that just so happened to be black, because I was abused a lot by someone who just so happened to be black when I was around like 7 to 12 years old. The 5 years I went to this specific school, the person who owned it just so happened to be from Tunisia. And he was just an abusive cunt towards me and other people that just so happened to not be black, because he was a racist bastard. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bastard because he just so happened to be black, but because he was an absolute cunt towards me and everyone that wasn't black. Because he was racist. That's just how it is. Right? If you're an actual feminist who wants actual equal rights for everyone across the board, fuck yeah, I love you. But the ones that just want, like, men to have no rights and them to have every right in the world, fuck you. Like, just, it's either equal rights or no rights. Just, like, it's just that, you know? So that's just a stupid statement. And then, first major red flag, you own Nazi memorabilia because it's easier to get since you're so close to Germany. Easier still means you need to be willing to get them. Yes, because I want to keep that part of history alive. It's a really dark and horrible time in human history that has to be remembered for many years, many generations to come, so we can make sure that something like that cannot happen again. It's a really important lesson we have to learn as a species. We, as the human race, have about less than 100 years ago, about 87 years ago, the Second World War started in 1939, so it's like 88 or 89 years ago. I think it's like 89, almost 90 years ago now, that World War II started, right? But the Holocaust kind of started in 1938 on Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass, which was November 9th, 1938, and that spiraled into what we now know as the final solution. And that's a thing that there's still people that deny that this shit even happened. So that's why I have these books and these things from the war that can tell people that this shit really fucking happened. This was something that happened. This was something that these disgusting people, these Nazis, did, and they tried to just sweep that under the rug and tried to escape when they were finally figured out and they were finally, like, their fucking evil regime of terror was destroyed. It was literally laid in ruins by everything that they hated, which was great. Fuck Nazis and fuck everything to do with them. Fuck them. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a Nazi. Do you fucking think that a Nazi would say that other Nazis are bad? Do you think that if I was a Nazi, do you really think I would say that, like, fucking, that the Nazis should all just go fucking kill themselves? Because if you're a Nazi, fuck you, right? Neo-Nazis, original Nazis, fuck them. Just fuck them, right? The reason why I have these things, first of all, as I said, I live above Germany, which is why, because we were also occupied by them from 1940 to 1945, there is so much shit left behind from that time, because the Nazis just dropped whatever the fuck they had in their hands and just started to get the fuck out of the country, right? They did what they could to escape law enforcement. They did everything they could to destroy anything that could prove them guilty of doing anything related to war crimes of any kind. And the stuff that we have here, I have stuff from the Danish resistance to the Nazis. Like, literally, there is so many, like, I have a book that describes what happened on 29th of August 1943, which is when the German and Danish, like, what do you call that? What's the word for that? Like, from 1940 to 1943, the Germans, the German Wehrmacht and the Danish police force and Danish army and so on, like, they didn't collaborate, but they had this kind of, you know, not a pact, but they had a, like, they basically decided to not fight each other, to, like, work together, kind of, as much as possible. Like the king and all that was still saying that we shouldn't give all the power to the Nazis. We should still have our own law enforcement as much as possible. We should still keep our country as free of that shit as possible. So they decided to kind of have this thing with where they did as much as they could to keep the Nazis out of anything that they weren't supposed to have anything to do with. So that book is released by the Danish Resistance. It's actually an illegal book, actually. Like, it was illegal during the time, because obviously the Nazis don't want anything that isn't the picture-perfect, rose-and-red story of bullshit that they try to make people believe in. This is the actual things that happened. This is, at least from what they knew at the time, which was not as much as we knew now, but they knew enough so that they could tell other people that this was a load of shit, that this propaganda that the Nazis were spewing out was a load of shit. That's what that book is for. And the reason why I have all the other stuff that has to do with it is because I want to make people aware that this shit happened, so we can make sure it never happens again. That is why. So stop calling me a fucking Nazi. Right. Anyways, and it says here, second red flag, using your friend's nearby sexual status as a way to denote authority of knowledge on a subject and a shield against being called racist, forgetting that even members of those communities may be wrong and or racist. I don't understand how me saying that I just so happen to not give a fuck whether who I'm with is a man or a woman, depending on, like, if I feel like I have a connection to this person, who gives a fuck what's between their legs, right? Some people would say, oh my god, then you're pansexual. No, I'm not, because that's not real. It's called bisexual, because there's only two genders. Well, there is hermaphrodites, which is, one, like, it's a really rare thing where someone is born with both types of private organs, which means breasts, it means a vagina, and it means a dick and balls, right? Of course, they're rightfully allowed to be confused about what their gender is, because they technically are both. So that's like the only time it's actually relevant to say, oh, I'm confused what my gender is, At least in my opinion, personally. I have nothing against you if you think that you are a different gender. I mean, of course, I can say he or him or she or her or whatever. Like, just don't make up words just for the sake of making words up, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't understand what that is. So, yeah. And racism, like, it's just, why would I be racist? I don't have any reason to do that. Like, except for, well, yes, I was a racist little shit when I was a kid, because this one person that just so happened to be black had abused me for years. And that leaves a mental scar on someone. I've obviously worked that out now. I don't hate black people. I don't. I really do not hate black people or Native American people or Asian people or anyone else that just so happens to not be white. I don't give a fuck what your skin color is. If you treat me with kindness and respect, I treat you with kindness and respect. At least the normal respect that is between humans, like, because like normally I say that like respect has to be earned, but just like the normal mutual respect you have with anyone, like, respect for their privacy and their like, just in general, their private space, right? You don't want to like be invading on their private space, that normal kind of mutual respect you have with someone. If you have that kind of respect for me, I have that kind of respect for you. If you treat me nicely, I treat you nicely. If you call me a cunt and stomp on my dick, I'm gonna do the same thing to you, because fuck you. I don't give a fuck what your race is or what your sexuality is or what your gender is. If you're gonna be a dick to me, I'm gonna be a dick to you. Like, that's just how it is, right? So, please shut the fuck up. And this here, on that point, we don't need allies who are not in a war. It's the most garbage take ever, with hundreds of pieces of legislation making LGBT families lesser to cishet families. What the fuck is cishet families? your argument there is blown out of the fucking water. I don't understand what the fuck that has to do with anything. Like, I'm not saying that there isn't people in the world that hate gay people for just being gays, and I understand that's a thing. They like people people like that exists. We can 100% agree about that. We can agree on that 100%. But I don't think that you saying to me that that I'm somehow a fucking hypocrite for not thinking that every single thing that they make up is real. That I'm the cunt. And you're somehow a fucking saint. I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't understand what your take is there. I just, when I say we don't need allies, we're not in a war, it means that I don't think that someone who genuinely don't fucking care what you're into will have to stand with a flag and say, yes, I believe in this wholeheartedly. Because no, they don't. Most people don't give a shit. Me included. If you tell me that you're gay, I'm like, oh, good for you. As long as you're happy and as long as your partner's happy. The only two people that needs to give a shit is you and whoever you're with. I don't give a fuck. The only things that I think is fucking disgusting is pedophilia. It is, what's it called when you fuck dead people? That thing. And just, necrophilia, that's the word. Necrophilia, pedophilia, and bestiality. That's like the three most disgusting things I can imagine. People that touch kids, people that fuck dead people, people that fuck animals. All of them needs to just die, pretty much. That's just my... Okay, I'm not saying that they need to die specifically, but they need to be fucking sterilized or something, because that is completely fucked up. You don't fuck dead people, you don't fuck kids, and you don't fuck animals. Case closed. Anything else, free game. As long as you and your partner's happy, I'm not anyone who can judge, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not judging you for just wanting to be with someone that just so happens to be the same gender as you. I don't care. As I said before, if I have a connection with someone that just so happens to have a cock, more fun for everyone, you know? Like, I don't care. I really don't care. You also think that racism is hating anyone who isn't the same race as you, which is completely ignoring racist laws like the Jim Crow laws that aren't addressing a certain race, but are still racist because of their targeted effect on black and other people. But they're not... I don't know who Jim Crow is. Is that some American shit that I'm too European to understand? I don't know. But like, I don't really know where you're going with that. Like, if you're gonna... Like... If you're gonna, you know, like, if you're gonna fucking try to make my argument shit, at least explain what your argument is. I don't understand who Jim Crow is. Of course I can Google it, but if I have to Google something, clearly your take is so shit that I have to figure out what the fuck you mean with it afterwards. I should figure out what your take is from you telling me what your take is. I can't just be expected to go look up afterwards what your take was. If your take is so shit that people can't possibly know what the fuck you actually mean when you're saying it, obviously your message is dog shit, or your delivery is dog shit. So maybe work on that one, buddy. I don't know who Jim Crow is, and well, I guess like if it's not addressing any specific race, then how the fuck is it racist? Like, I don't know. Like, at least the Nazis said, oh, fuck Jews, or oh, fuck black people, or oh, fuck this other race, you know? They said that specifically. But I haven't said, fuck this specific group of people, or fuck these people, while still believing in that. I don't hate any specific group of people just because they just so happen to be of a different race or a different sexuality than me. Why would I give a shit? It's not my life. Like, I can say that I fucking hate bronies because they're just stupid. That's because of a thing that they like that is fucking dumb. Because it's just cringe, right? That's a different thing. It has nothing to do with them just so happen to be grown men in their 40s who likes to fap over fucking... Oh, well, actually, that's what it's about, you know? Like, fapping over, like, drawn ponies, right? That's what most of them do. Not okay. That was a bit biased and generalizing. I'm not saying that all of them do that, but sadly, a big part of them just so happen to be really fucking cringe and sit there and fucking jacking it to... Like, Applejack, or whatever the fuck her name is from that show, right? There. I had hair in my mouth. But, yeah, that's just... Oh, maybe that's from sucking too much cock, huh? No. Seriously, though, it's just... I don't understand how that works here. Because I really don't. If you have to... Like, if I have to read up on what your take was after you've told me what your take is, it's clearly not effective enough. That's all I'm saying. And you put all these beliefs to Moliminous, who besides making a crass joke, didn't even say all that. You just assumed that I'll buy as much. I find that really interesting, because he did call me a fucking cracker. People in his server called me a fucking cracker faggot, which is first of all racist towards white people, which sadly isn't taken as seriously as as racism towards other races. I'm not saying that we white people should be victimized, because no, obviously we're not getting as much racism directed towards us as we have done towards other races in the past. That's 100% that's 100% true. The white race has 100% said, well, 80% said more shit towards other races in the past, colonized much more. We've had we've had slaves of a different race, right? True, that's 100% true. But some black people actually, when they got freed, ended up owning slaves. So, you know, I'm not saying we're better than that, but, you know, like, they learned that, like, back then that was how the world worked. It was much cheaper to have a slave than it was to pay a worker to do something for you. The slave, the only thing you needed to do with that, give the person food. That was all you needed back then, you know? So back then, that was how that worked. I'm not saying that we should do that again now. I'm just saying that's how the world worked 100 or 200 years ago. Not 100 years ago. 150 to 200 years ago. That's how the world worked. Prove me wrong. But yes, he did say some racist shit. He did say some homophobic shit. And people in his Discord also said some racist and homophobic shit. So, and he didn't try to stop it. If he had tried to stop it, maybe I would have not thought of him as a cunt. But he didn't. Even though I told him numerous times about this shit on the server. But did he listen? No, he did not. So, he's a racist, homophobic cunt. I stand by that 100%. Anyways, and then this guy says here, but the metric you use for the Chernobyl joke, the autism joke, is offensive, and me being a teacher with special needs. Again, I'm not saying that you with special needs is a problem. I'm not saying fuck you for just so happening to have some different needs than people that don't have these kind of, how do I say this without sounding rude, these mental disabilities or whatever it's called. I don't want to call it diseases because that's kind of wrong, you know. I don't know, like, I'm not a native English speaker, most of you know that, so just take it with a grain of salt. I don't know just like how to, like with these things, I don't know, like it's the same thing like dwarf and midget, which one is offensive, you know. I don't know, because I don't know anyone that just happened to be a midget or a dwarf. I don't know what the fuck, like what's the difference? It's just two words for the same thing. Like, it's called dwarfism, isn't it? So, you know, what is right, what's wrong? I don't know. Anyways. Like, I don't hate you for just so happening to be either autistic or having some special needs. That's totally fair. But the word retard, mentally retarded, is a diagnosis. Retard is a word you use for someone who acts like you would expect someone who is retarded would act. Right. That's at least how I've understood it. And I don't think that the word should be banned because it's not a slur. A slur is something like cracker or faggot or something like that. That is a slur. Queer is a slur. But people tend to use that as, oh my god, it's empowering. Oh my god. It's not. It's not empowering. It's a slur. Anyways. And then here. Qualifications would accuse you of that. No, the BLM community didn't buy a mansion. You're spreading misinformation from a Facebook post where a co-founder of the movement bought a mansion. You have no proof. Even if they did, buying that mansion wouldn't be evil. First of all, what I heard it from was actually, it was on the local news in my country. So, no, it wasn't a Facebook page. It was literally the news. Danmarks Radio, aka Denmark's Radio, the Danish broadcasting network, like the BBC, just for Denmark, right? They told us that the leaders of the BLM community bought a fucking mansion that was formerly owned by some Soviet something, some Soviet fucking, like some communists, right? I don't understand why, but they did. That's all I know. I don't know much about it. I just heard that and I was like, okay, that seems like something that needs to be addressed. But yeah, even if they did buy in that mansion, wouldn't be evil. Does it help anyone? Like, their entire mission is to help black people to not be, you know, murdered or treated harshly or just overall treated like shit by normal, like what do you call it? Like ordinary people like themselves or the police, right? Like, and that means like white people or Asian people, anything. Like, black people should be protected. Obviously, yes, they should be protected the same way as white people or Asian people should be, by not being fucking harassed by anyone regardless of race, right? Of course, they should be able to live the same kind of lives as anyone else. Their skin color should not be a fucking, like, it should not matter. It really should not fucking matter what skin color you are. You should be able to have the same kind of rights, the same kind of everything as everyone else. That's what equal rights are, right? Why is it such a fucking problem? Like, why can't we as a race, or like as a species, I should say, not race, why can't we as a species, the human species, not just fucking realize, wait, what if we all just stop fucking fighting each other over these invisible, all-knowing, all-powerful men in the sky, or the different color of, of our skins, or our different private organs? Like, what? Why does it fucking matter? It doesn't. Your race does not matter. Your skin color doesn't matter. Your gender doesn't matter. Your sexuality doesn't fucking matter. Nobody cares. I don't care either. Whatever you're into, as long as it's not dead people, kids, or animals, then you go. Do whatever. Right? That's all I'm saying. Your skin color should not be a reason for someone to hate you. Your sexuality shouldn't be a reason for someone to hate you. Your gender shouldn't be a reason for someone to hate you. Nothing like that should be a reason for anyone to hate you or anyone else. That's just a fact, right? God. But yes, it would be bad if they spent all the money that was donated to them to help the black community. As I'm saying, I don't know if it's a community per se, but whatever. The black people in the United States and abroad. That's basically what the BLM community is supposedly doing. I don't know, because I'm not part of it, but I've heard some things about them, so I don't know. I've heard some negative stuff, I've heard some good stuff, I've also seen some bad stuff. Not seen as much good stuff though, really sad. I don't know. Anyways, in and of itself, unless it used the community money, which it did, it did use the money for that, and the community specifically didn't donate for that purpose. The community didn't donate shit. They got donated money, and they spent that donation money on a fucking mansion from the Soviet era. But it was in America, and it was owned by some communists back then. I don't understand. But whatever. Again, no proof, misinformation. So, just because I don't have, just because I don't have proof in my hand of the Holocaust, does that mean that you don't believe in the Holocaust? You know? I can't have proof in my hand of that. Unless, of course, I bought one of the original, these boxes of Cyclone B gas, these pallets that you could, that they used to make the gas. If I bought one of those, would you believe me then if I had that in my hand and said this was used to kill 6.5 million Jews? I don't know. Would you believe me then? I don't fucking know. Go to fucking Auschwitz-Birkenau and see for yourself if you don't believe in it. It's right there. It's right there in Poland. Auschwitz-Birkenau. Auschwitz. Chelmno. There's Ravensbrück. There's Dachau. There is Buchenwald. There's Bergen-Belsen. There is Treblinka. There are so many different places. Go look for yourself. Right? Go look for yourself. It's there. There's proof everywhere. Same thing with this. There's proof everywhere. Find it. I can't take something out and say, oh, this is 100% the legitimate proof for this. The internet is full of dog shit, and it's also full of proof for everything, right? Find it yourself. Can't be bothered. It's 3 a.m. I just had to make this shit just to get it out of my fucking system. Oh my god. Let me just say that the reason Moliminous here is accusing you of racism is because you quite frankly act like them. Moliminous is not accusing me of racism. I accused him of it, and I had proof of it, which you really need. You need proof of this shit, don't you? It's kind of funny how that video had to be taken down, because if it didn't, I could have shown you. Technically, I still can. I could upload a video where I just blur out everything. I just put a fucking, I put some gameplay over it and just put the talk in the background. I could do that. But I don't know. Is it worth the work? I don't fucking know. If this video pops off, well, maybe I will. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see that, I guess. And then this person here said, or at least, like I said, have the above mentioned wrong opinions and red flags that those people have. You're quite obviously to me at the alt-right on the alt-right pipeline, and it's so blatantly obvious. Try for a week to watch people like Vouch, like Sanderhal, and Philosophy Tube. Who the fuck are those people? Holy shitballs! There's so much shit here. Holy motherfucker! Damn. Shark Zero, ContraPoint, etc. Instead of whatever you're watching. Open your mind, close the pages you have on Twitter or rebrand them. You're targeting people like little fishy most. Oh. Okay, so some of the stuff is directed towards me in the video, and then some of the other stuff is directed towards this guy who watches my videos. Thank you for watching, dude. But still. So that there is, well, some of it is not targeted at me. Some of it is targeted at the other guy. It's just this dude. This dude thinks that all of it is me. He thinks I'm Raven, but I'm not. Degenerates or you're targeting people like the degenerates or whatever another term that people on the alt-right use. Degenerates. You spelled that wrong. You fucking degenerate. And then he said, I understand if you don't like feral NSFW pony stuff, which I don't either. I personally like anthro stuff more. You're a weirdo. But NSFW stuff, while weird unless it's underage or something, aren't causing any harm. Even if it's underage, even if it's like of age, if it's a fucking, like if someone makes, like draws a pony, or anyone else, like draws a like fat man fucking a cartoon brony, like their own fucking, like, what do you call it, their own, like, My Little Pony OC, right? Like, if they draw that OC fucking one of the characters from the show, like, what's her name? Fucking Dash. What's her name? Rainbow Dash. Isn't that her name? I think so. Like, that's, like, the most well-known of them, I think. But, like, Rainbow Dash, isn't that the name? I think it is. Stardust, Rainbow Dash, isn't it? I don't know. Whatever. Basically, if you draw your OC fucking this other pony, then you're weird. Because you're literally imagining yourself fucking this fucking pony with wings. This drawn pony. This drawn iteration of a fucking animal. Ah! What? How is that? Like, it doesn't, like, it doesn't matter if a drawing is of age or underage. It's a fucking drawing, first of all. But if it's a fucking animal, what? Or if it's something depicting someone who is a kid, and it's W, that's wrong, yes, but it's not as bad as actual kids being in that situation. You feel me? Right? Or actual animals in that situation. Or dead people in that situation. You know? Like, it's just, oh my god. His stuff, I'm not subscribed to him. Unsubscribes on the spot, hilarious. Holy shit, are you just lashing at him because he did one thing you didn't like? Come on, man. Why is it cringe? How does he affect you? Does he hurt you? Does he hurt anyone, to my knowledge? From what you show me, no. So please listen and broaden your perspective. First of all, yes, he did hurt me. He called me a cunt, a faggot, and, well, actually, I don't care about the cunt part, because I use that word a lot too. I am a cunt, I know that. But he called me a faggot, and a cracker, and a bunch of other shit, you know? I don't understand right here. So just dumbass. And this is, I will be on Discord with the name Neonies Cobra Steel. Holy, what the shit name? And that to talk to you about this. But be warned, I will take screenshots and I will record this, especially if you're offensive. And you don't think I will too? Dude, I'm not gonna miss out on content. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, it's actually not my video. It's my friend's video. And he said there. So the context is, I'm not in the video. It is my friend. Just let my friend be. I think he missed his parents. What? But yeah, let's look at this guy's profile real quick. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna get off of that real quick. I can get banned for that. No. A 30-year-old nerd from Greece. And then I said, right here, you do know I'm the one who made the video, right? This video is a call out against Molly and the stupid shit he has done or is doing. Please stop acting like you know anything when you clearly don't. Oh my god. Cool, same goes to you. Dumbass. I hate this sometimes. Maybe you should. I'm fat fingering so many wrong buttons right now. Like, there's so much shit on my desk. I have some Lego on my desk right now, so because I'm just like figuring out what characters I have from what sets and all that shit to like kind of figure out how much there is here. Like, like how many characters like how many minifigures I have and all that, like to see which ones I miss parts for and whatnot. But whatever. Basically, I'm trying to. Maybe you should watch the video you're in on my channel. I'm actually recording it right now. I'm gonna leave a link to it here after I'm done uploading it. I will be talking about your dog shit takes in it. And what should we add to it? I don't know. What more could we add to it, really? Don't think too much. Also, I am not Raven. We are two different people. Your takes are shit. Hang on, no. Your opinion is shit. There we go. Anyways, that is really all I had, because there is so much shit. Someone clearly doesn't have anyone to talk to in real life. They have to go on the internet and talk shit for something that they don't, like, that they know nothing about. So that's just, wow. Anyways, this is a really long video. It's like, holy, 42 minutes. Fuck me. Well, anyways, I think we have to end it there because you guys are probably already gone. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed what you saw here. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below, and yeah, I'm gonna fucking stop this now because I am tired and I'm annoyed because I've literally spent about 40 something minutes of my life recording a video on some dumb motherfucker who is clearly insecure, who clearly doesn't know what he's talking about, and clearly just wants to just throw shit where it isn't needed. He's literally the only one who's talking this much shit on something posted by someone with 4 followers. Like, I'm sorry to you, Raven, but like, when you only have like 4 followers and someone is this fucking desperate to get under your skin, you know who the bitch is, right? This guy, right? It's just, wow, holy fuck. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all very soon. Holy fuck. See you all soon. Peace.